Next up, we've got someone who I've seen quite a few times, actually. Her name is Juanita Ray. She's a South African artist, activist, who's currently living in Belfast, which I think is Ireland. I fell asleep in geography lessons, I can't lie. And she works in a range of creative arts to destigmatize intrafamilial child sexual abuse and promote well-being practices and activism through performance, publications, and programs. She has an extensive background in education. She's taught around the world, and she's the founder of EduSoil, it's EduSoil, which is a social enterprise enabling undeserved youth in South Africa, India, the Philippines, and Sudan to access yoga, mindfulness, and change maker programs. I'm going to put her website in the chat. She's going to share the PowerPoint with you guys, and I leave it all up to you, Juanita.
Thank you, Rohan. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you everyone for everything that's been shared so far. What I'm going to be sharing, and before I do it, I want to put it into context. I am South African. I spent my life, childhood, like Rohan has kind of introduced me, experiencing and living the struggle of being a survivor of childhood sexual trauma within a family, that family being within apartheid South Africa. And as an adult and becoming a teacher, I became very, very aware that I grew up in a middle ground of racial privilege. I was not white and I was not Black. And I was within the South African Indian community, which meant that I had access to various things that allowed me to choose certain practices, like creative arts and contemplative practices, to help me cope. The reason why EduSoil exists is primarily because it was knowing that most children in South Africa are Black children, and most children in South Africa who are Black children do not have access to these contemplative and creative practices that helped save me as I navigated the range of it: anxiety, PTSD, depression, attempted suicide, all of that. And so I've got a presentation here that's experiential as well as immersive. I have got some photos and videos of children I have been so blessed to spend some of my days with when I was in South Africa. So wherever there's something that's movement-based and breathing-based, I'm going to invite you to join in whenever these videos come up. And then I'm also sharing some strategies as well. I think just to put it into context of whatever has been shared so far, I know going into the townships that I went into, that I wasn't changing the systemic problems. I also knew driving in that most of my friends thought I was completely mad to be going into those places in Johannesburg, because they thought I should be, concerned for my safety. Right? I never felt unsafe in inner city Johannesburg, which is predominantly Black, and the Black townships that we went into, ever. I felt very welcome, and you'll see who I got to spend some of my time with. So yeah. So this is a little song that I wrote that was used to teach a little bit on why we practice yoga and mindfulness. right now. I just want to check, Rohan, was the sound on that okay? Could you hear that on the video? Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah, so some of the very practical reasons why we carted in our yoga mats into all the places that we did was essentially taking care of body, mind, and heart. And I'm going to move on. So mindfulness, a very simple description of it: shifting attention, perhaps noticing body, discovering breath, thoughts, emotions, sounds in present moment. And sometimes these things are unpleasant. Um, I mean, right now I'm standing here and I can hear my neighbor shouting at his children. In some of the places that I taught at in Johannesburg, it was listening to very uncomfortable sounds of people around the space. And so this opportunity to go in and possibly discover a little bit of deeper connection to self and sense of safety within self to navigate the unsafe, that takes a very, very long time to change. And how? It's with the anchor we hold, and that's breath always present. So I'm going to ring the bell to start this little practice and invite you to join me. So perhaps placing one hand on the chest and one hand on the belly, or both hands on the chest, and taking a moment just to reconnect with the sense of touch of hands on body, closing the eyes if that feels comfortable or not. And we're not changing the breath, we're just tuning in to see if we can notice it. And for me, I can feel it with the rise and fall of the chest. And that's all that it is. And the end bell to mark the end of that little shift of attention. So this one is a little video, and again, it's an invitation to join in. I'm going to join the children because I find it very hard to not. Hands together, breathing in, stretching up, breathing out, down, and again, breathing in, stretching up, breathing out, down. Last one. Breathing in, stretching up, breathing out, down. Namaste Yoga Sutta. I have to say that most of these places that I used to go and teach at, I didn't actually have a name. I was called Teacher Yoga. I kind of went with it. Yeah, okay, I can be Teacher Yoga. And yeah, so this was in inner city Johannesburg. So I want to share a little practice here called finger breathing. It's something that I have taught many, many children, adults, and again, an invitation to join me. So you're going to be, if you feel comfortable, lifting up your left hand and just noticing it, looking at it, taking the right pointer finger to the base of the thumb, and following the breath. So breathing in, tracing up the thumb, breathing out, down, and again in and out, continuing, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. And shifting attention to the right hand, taking the left pointer finger to the base of the thumb. Breathing in, out, in and out, in and out.
I don't see my poet RS or Gary doing this. Come on, guys, get involved.
And out, in and out. And the sound of the bell marking the end of that practice. So this next one is called belly breathing, and the previous one and this one is really, for me as a practitioner, these are the tools that I use when I am extremely wobbly. And they're not long mindfulness meditation practices. They're very, very short, and and they are an invitation. And so I've often done them, and I would have children not doing them, and that's okay too. So if you feel comfortable placing both your hands on your belly, the bell marking the beginning of the practice. So we're breathing in and feeling the belly expand. We're filling up the belly. And we're breathing out, feeling the contraction. And again, breathing in, feeling the belly pushing against the hands. Breathing out, contraction. Last one, breathing in, full belly, breathing out, empty belly. And the sound of the bell marking the end of that practice. Sorry if it feels like I'm rushing through. I just want to give you a taste of these little practices that can be helpful. This last one is a video, and again, it's an invitation to join the children. This one's a bit noisy, but let's give it a go.
You're going to be breathing in and lifting up your right arm. Lifting up, 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 stretching up to the sky, stretching up. Imagine that you can get some sunlight. Get some sunlight, stretch, get some sunlight in your belly and breathing out. And again, breathing in, stretching up. Get some sunlight and down to your belly. Again, breathing in, stretching up, get some sunlight, hands down to your belly, other side, slowly bringing your left hand up, stretching up, get some sunlight down to your belly, and again, breathing in, stretching up, sunlight down to your belly. One more. Breathing in, stretching up, sunlight onto your belly.
And that's the last one. So that's me. I'm going to just stop sharing my screen, I think, and wrap up. I wanted to thank Gary, and thank you all for inviting me to join. And my reason to play the videos was to, like Patrice said, that safe space, right? We need that safe space, and the reality is that it's very hard to find that safe space when there's so much that doesn't feel safe. And I know whenever I went into these places, it was these little pockets That's all that they were, pockets. And to see the children enjoying themselves, and taking care of body and minds, that's all that it was about. So I'm gonna stop there. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. That was amazing. I think that the kids are blessed to have you around them. That was lovely to watch. My cheeks are hurting, like
Yes,
seeing
it
them all.
was.
Yeah, everyone else agree. I think little clap for Winnie there and what you do. Like, keep doing it, keep sharing it. We love that. Love that.